is going to be real messy. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's the
Should you
truth.
even be coaching? If everything you do is stolen, should you even be coaching? Are you even a step coach?
Yikes. Oh.
It's a brand new dance called the party hot. She can do it, he can do it, do the party hot. It's something like a dance, but it's called the party hot. A party ain't a party till you start the party hot. Everybody, slide to your left, move back twice, slide to your right, move it up a step.
All right, welcome to another edition of the Step Exchange. Everyone, please put on your seatbelts tonight because these ladies have something to say, all right? But before we find out who they are, we're going to take a look at an awesome step team from Georgia. Everybody take a look at Pretty Girls Rock, and we call them PGR. Take a look.
Just we thought you finished. Just you thought we were through. But you got one more race to lose.
All right, and we are back. Coaches, can you please introduce yourself to us? We'll start with Coach C. Coach C, I already said your name, but introduce yourself to us.
I'm Cordella Scroggins, aka Coach C. I'm the coach of Pretty Girls Rock, the most illustrious elementary, middle school, and high school team on this side of heaven.
All right, come on. Coach G, welcome back. She's back again. Say your name again.
Back again. Hey everybody, thank you so much for having me back. It's Coach G from the Lethal Ladies of Bliss step team.
All right, and last but not least, but mute. She got cut. There you go.
Video. Hi, my name is Coach AC, aka Coach Care Bear, aka Coach Carrington, and I am the assistant coach for the Lethal Ladies of Bliss.
The question here before we get to these hot topics, let's just set the foundation here. Is Coach Carrington or Coach G, either one, do you think there is a difference between a performance team and a battle team?
Absolutely. Performance teams in my language, we call those kind of like exhibition teams, as you will say. It's something different about being on a battle team and just being ready to be out there and being ready to step and confront whoever it is in front of you. You have to have a certain level of bravery and courage. I don't think that, and I'm not saying all of them, of course not, but I don't think that a performance team is built to be like that. So definitely there's a huge difference. I wouldn't put a performance team in front of like a hardcore battle team. It's going to end up disastrous.
Disastrous, right. Coach C, the question for you is, what type of team is your team? Battle team or performance team?
So I have a little bit of different, maybe a point of view as far as performance and battle team.
Okay.
I think you can be both. We started out very much so as a performance team. You know, we did church events, we did everything, but when it's time for battle, we know how to switch modes. It's like a light switch, you know, when to be off and when to be on. I think it's very lucrative to be a performance team because, you know, you get to perform for people like Porsche and, you know, you get community service hours. I think it's very important for teams to be both. I think X Factor is a performance team that battles. You have DSSD, they're a performance team that battles. Ultimate Stepping Machines, they are a performance team that battles. Performance teams are teams who know how to put on a show. They know how to entertain you whenever they show up. And that's what PGR is. We are a performance team that will battle, and we don't mind battling, and we know how to flip the switch. So I think that we kind of teeter the thing of being both, and it shows your children on your team how to be flexible. Sometimes you perform, sometimes you battle, but don't ever see a performance team and think that you're ready to battle them because they're a performance team, because PGR will shock you.
I love this point of view. I love how we all have different point of views, but they really all come together to be the same. I love it. I love it. I love that. All right. That's enough with the foundation. We got to get to these hot topics. All right. So after I show you a clip of the Lethal Ladies, we're going to jump right into these hot topics. Y'all might want to stick around because we about to talk. Take a look. We are back. Ladies, are you ready? I'm going to jump right on in there. I'm just going to jump in there.
Absolutely.
All right. Everybody, we're going to keep it real. We're going to be honest, but y'all, this got to be talked about. This has to be talked about. I have 2 words: stealing material. It seems to have become a trend in the step world. People are stealing material, winning shows with the material, and not giving the thank yous and the respect to the people who actually came up with it. As coaches, you know, we are real sensitive about our material. So it's become a trend. I'm not saying any names, but a hurt dog will always holler. That's what I was always told. So what do you ladies feel about teams that steal material and don't even, 1, they don't ask for it, 2, they don't give the credit to the person who made it, and 3, they go on and win shows with it and act like it was all them when it really was stolen? I don't care who starts.
Okay, I'll start. We have a chant that goes like this, and this chant was specifically made up because of some stolen. Not only do people steal material, they don't just steal steps, they will steal your brand, they will steal your idea, they will steal the makeup of your program and say that they came up with it, but you know, don't do that. So we have a chant that goes, Black girl magic is something you cannot touch. If you try to copy, then you play too much. That's the thing. I tell people all the time.
Let me write that down. I'm just playing.
You cannot beat an original with a copy. You know, and a lot of times the people who are copying are people who are lucratively available to copy. Say you started your blog show and now someone else wants to start a blog show, but theirs is more popular because they have the finances to make it, you know, all the graphics and things, all the camera work, they have more finances, so they're being credited. I mean, isn't that what slavery was? Now, why are we doing it to each other? You know, if you want to use my material, if you want to borrow my material, if you want to brand your program the same as my program, I ask you to do one thing: give honor to where honor is due.
Come on. I'm about to shout.
I see a whole lot of PGR all over the place. You know, we have a very distinctive style. My girls came on the floor, flipping, twisting, jumping off boards, stripping, like we were out there. And the more we went on, you know, building our program, the more I would see it. And I don't have a problem with it. You know, it's respect. You know, if they're not copying, you're not doing it right. But the only issue is if you're in my face and you're calling me friend and you saying you love me and you saying you support my program, when you do what we do, say it.
Mm-hmm. I already told you there was a chant that I already said I was going to take. I already told you just when we thought we were finished, just when you thought we were through. So just know I'm saying it, everybody. I got it from Cardella, because you know when I do stuff, everybody always love to say I stole. I asked her, she said yes. All right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Just add that team. Like we look at Chaotic Lock for their structure. They're very structurally sound as far as precision. But I'm a at Coop, Travaris Coop. You know, he's a great coach. If I look at some choreography, I'm not going to steal that choreography. But if I look at a concept that I like that you do, I'm going to say, hey, that concept, I respect that you do that. Let me do that. But if we come out in all black with our black hats and our black polos and our black pants, don't you do it the next year and call it your own. Don't put your name on my baby.
Oh. Coach Carrington or Coach G, whoever, you want to speak on stolen material?
I think, okay, let me just be completely honest. I think it's a lack of honesty, one, and I think it's a lack of respect, two. Y'all go out, you know, certain teams, they, you know, admire other teams. They're inspired by the things that they do. And that is fine. I mean, come on, like, you know, we're a community. We look at each other's work. That is fine. You know, you might take a few steps, a little 4 count here and there, or a nice formation. Cool. But when you are taking somebody's entire material, I mean, I've seen steps taken from beginning to end, strolls, entrances, costumes, the whole makeup of your entire show, your whole production is taken from someplace else. I was sitting in the audience and I literally almost froze. Coach G was next to me. I literally almost froze and I was like, yo, wait a minute. Right. I've seen the show before. And literally it's just like, yo, how could you really do that and call it your own? Like you start to question the credibility of this team. You start to question the coach. You start to question everything that this team is doing. Like, are y'all really who you say you are? Are you really for the values that you say you're about? Because what you're doing, putting up a front for other people, that's not cool. And especially not giving credit where it's due. Excuse me? Like, if I know I can just count the number of days that we have spent at the school, late night, midnight, whatever o'clocks, coming back the next morning, having practice on a Saturday. We ain't even supposed to be there, right? Not eating. The sacrifice that goes into putting work into your steps, into your show, and you just take it.
Right.
That's cool. That's
like carrying a baby for 9 months and somebody just stole your baby. Like, it's disrespectful. Right. It's a lack of integrity.
And I know people have their justification for why they do it.
Ain't no justification.
But for me personally,
we ain't giving them no cop out.
For a person that makes up steps and takes a long time, like I'm a creator, so sometimes they got a process, right? And I really care about it and I treat it like a baby. You don't take that from somebody.
Right.
Very true. Coach G, I heard you coming in.
So I'm playing devil's advocate, and don't get me wrong, coaches.
Okay.
I respect everything y'all saying. However, I truly feel that there's nothing new under the sun, right? When it comes to step, for the most part, it's very redundant. Now, I'm not endorsing in any way anyone taking an entire showcase, an entire program, an entire anything. And even if you do give credit, it's still frowned upon.
Yeah.
However, I will say that there have been times where I've seen coaches take material, and I've recognized it because we study the art of step, and they've been cocky about it. Like, oh, well, it was out there, it was put out there, so why wouldn't you think someone would imitate it? Why wouldn't you? And you're right, because like Coach C said, if they're not copying you, you're doing something wrong. It's been times where we were at a regional competition. One of our state teams, I'll just say their names, Them Raider Boys has a opening that they've been doing that's very signature to bring them out. Y'all should know it if y'all ever seen DRB. And a very novice team did the opening. So I understand why you're looking to a professional team and trying to mimic what they're doing. So I get it. You know, you don't have the creative amount or the material. And don't get me wrong, they weren't cocky. They were real humble. They thanked DRB for posting it. You know, they were real cool about it. But that's the kind of homage that I'm expecting if I'm seeing my whole entire routine chant, et cetera, on any platform. But the audacity.
Hold up, 1 second. Hold up, watch this. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Coach C, I love what you posted on Instagram. I'm just letting you know that was cute, but I'm about to steal it and put it on my show tomorrow. Goodbye. Like,
I mean, really, it's that easy because it's not, because when you don't do that, it's coming back to me messy through the grapevine. It's gonna be said that he stole your step, he stole your chant. Because I know as far as Georgia, as far as elementary and middle, everybody knows PGR, we're going to chant everybody under the table. So I expect for those chants to be stolen. I know I'm witty, I got mouth, my chant's going to hit off on everything. So it's going to be stolen, I get that. But if you're going to use it, say you're going to use it. And then if you're going to copy, should you even, this is going to be real messy, I'm sorry.
It's fine, it's the
truth. Should you even be coaching? If everything you do is stolen, should you even be coaching? Are you even a step coach?
Yikes.
Sorry.
What you there for?
Jesus, come on. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Like you're not a coach. And we get a lot of flack. Us non-Greek coaches, we get a lot of flack for being non-Greek and being coaches. But you Greek coaches, yeah, those with the letters are stealing from non-Greeks because our stuff tends to be more creative, more original, because we don't have a previous platform to dig off of. We coming straight off the dome with the creativity. Now I know some very creative Greek coaches, but this is the thing. If you can't come up with your own material, if you borrowed every step you have from several different teams and put it together and called your own, it's like taking crap out of different pots and saying you did it.
Oh. I mean, and everybody's right. And go back to what Coach G said, where you were saying the audacity. If it's out there, then they want somebody to take it. It's just y'all all make good points. I mean, it's something that people, and I'm glad that we have the conversation because people whisper about it, but nobody ever wants to talk about it. And I just feel like it needs to be talked about. It's something that happens in our community. It happens in dance, cheer, everything. So.
If it's an accident, I mean, it accidentally happens sometimes. I mean, you
sometimes
may have
it does though.
Yeah, sometimes
it does happen that way.
But when it's deliberate, when you watch my video 50 times to learn that step to teach your team, that's deliberate. That's deliberate when you slowed it down.
Yeah, but what I've realized is the people who have stolen material and have been humble and like, my bad, or if it's not deliberate, they have been 100% straight off the bat. The people who like slowing it down, rewinding, they like, man, I executed it, I killed it. So what you saying? It's kind of like the you guys serve mentality. And going back to what you said, Coach C and Coach Care Bear, like the time that it takes to put into your creative mind. I'm not a creative. I have a little pinch of it, but I can feel you, Coach C. I see you got a lot of spice going on. I work with you, Coach Care Bear. And it's the way your mind works. I'd be like, girl, just give me the pen. Let me write this down. Let me record you. You know what I'm saying? So I get both sides. But my thing is I've always give credit where credit is due. And I've always been respectful. And I've also never just went off the handle and just straight up stole somebody's whole routine. And most certainly like not their signature step.
No,
see,
people
don't mind.
Signature.
If you ask, people don't mind. Matter of fact, people find joy in sharing. Because there are a lot of times I have way more steps than my team can actually use on the floor. And it's kind of an honor for you to call and say, hey, can you send me a step? That's not where the anger comes in. The anger comes in is like you said, when you steal and you have the audacity to act like you did my original better than me, baby. You just a copy. A copy will never be better than original. That's why people can't beat DD4L because everybody's trying to beat them.
The audacity.
The audacity.
I love that.
But
that's a t-shirt.
Signature. That is a t-shirt. Signature steps. That's what
the audacity.
I hear a lot about. Because people love to always say, Coach B, you look like Roll of Diamonds. Yeah, I do. It move on. I haven't stolen anything. You don't know the conversations that we've had on the telephone, but yeah.
I mean, you can look like them. They say Georgia looks like. I don't think we do. But it's just like when your mama had 14 kids, all 14 of them look alike. However, they are not the same.
Not the same.
They share genetic makeup. So if GSL shares, if Georgia shares that precision, that cleanliness, that hard stumping, that means we all do that, but we're not doing it in the same sequence, in the same manner, with the same attitude behind it. Your mama got all the same kids, but they don't all act the same. There's something different about each one of them.
Right. But yeah, you're right. It's different styles and all that stuff. All right, so we got that out the way. We frown upon stolen material, especially the signature. So what we're saying is, it's okay to ask first. Just put your own spin on it. You know what I'm saying? So that one we will never be okay. Coach Care Bear.
Stolen material without respect attached to it.
Come on. That's it. Stolen material without respect.
Cool, right?
That look. There's nothing else to be. There's nothing else to be said. Say that one more time. Stolen material.
Stolen material plus respect. You need both. Like you have to put some respect on my name, on our names. You have to. If not, it's just
The Audacity.
The Audacity. And we're gonna just leave right there. That is a shirt. The Audacity. All right. I'm getting a shirt done. The Audacity. That's it. And
Luxury Apparel does do shirts. So if you like The Audacity on the shirt, please hit me up at Luxury Apparel 937-825-4192.
Well, I'll be hitting you up now. I need a 3XL. So just in case when it shrinks, I can fit it. It can be tight on me. So I need one that say The Audacity. All right. All right. Here we go. Let's go on to another question here. What can we?
Wait a minute. She stole my words. She stole my words.
She came up with that word and you put it in the Webster dictionary. That is your signature word. The audacity for you to steal my word. I put it in the dictionary.
Period. Psych now, coach. Let me know when you make them shirts. I might make them for you though. Psych now.
Somebody. I'm getting them somewhere. All right, here we go. Let's go to another question here. All right. Step styles. Thank you, Coach G. Step styles. Do you feel if you leave your state and go north, south, east, or west, your step style is appreciated in a different place? Anyone?
No.
Explain.
I could speak for the Mid-Atlantic. So the West Coast, they have a totally different style. Midwest, they too crunk. They got a different style as well. Down south, it's the production. You know, it's about the setting the scene and getting your mind into it, and then up north is all about seriously. Then up north is all about like that fast pace. We going hard like a battle step. It seems like a lot of battling in the Mid-Atlantic, so the DMV area. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There are several teams in Maryland, and on a scale of in Maryland, I'll just speak to Maryland, DC. The teams don't really travel outside of the state much. So when we don't travel outside because we don't travel outside of the state much to compete, the style is not appreciated. You know, Georgia and Florida, they all kind of get together when it comes to these competitions and stuff like that. When it comes to Maryland, we come together as a state and we do well when we compete as a state or as a region. But when we take it up north and take it down south, it's not accepted well.
The question, tell me one thing the step world needs to do to change and one thing that we need to stay the same, if I'm making sense. One thing we need to change, one thing we need to stay the same.
When you say change, I think of one thing I gripe about all the time. This is not just the step world, it's with children in general, school systems, sports teams. I think we need to change the focus, because a lot of the focus when we are putting our kids on teams from step to cheer to dance, the focus is on the win. The focus is on the triumph, when the focus should be on building the children. Because when you look back into your program, you have to see what happened to those children who graduated, who are the alumni or alumnus of your program. Mm-hmm. If the alumni or the alumnus of your program aren't doing anything but coaching, they don't have degrees or jobs, or they haven't become better people from being in your program, then you have to reevaluate your program. We need to keep the focus on what are we providing for the kids besides a trophy, because trophies will burn up and melt. They can't take them. What are they taking with them? So that's one thing we need to change. Let's not be so geared towards the win that we lose our children in the crossfire.
Right.
The thing that we need to stay the same and to build upon is the community. I think that as step coaches, we have proclivity to gravitate towards one another. And I think that is a good thing as long as we keep the drama down, because if there's no drama between coaches, there's no drama between teams. So if we continue to build this like this is a family, like shows like this and different events where we are together, mm-hmm. and we are smiling and letting the children know, yes, when you're on stage, they are not your friends. But when you step off this stage, they're your sisters and brothers. You love them. They love you. We want you to win. They want us to win. Even if you're in the same category, in the same color, you did the same step. None of that matters off the stage. Leave the competition on the stage. Let's be a family, because this is how cheer is building. This is how dance is building. This is how all of these other organizations are building these big conglomerates. And we are kind of staying stuck as a step world, because we're not building on the thing that we do best, and the thing we do best is family.
Right. Jesus. Coach Care Bear, what about you? What do you think something in the step world needs to change, and something we need to keep the same?
I mean, my goodness, how can you follow that? I'm gonna just keep it simple. I think one thing that does need to change is the sportsmanship value.
Okay.
Oftentimes we go to competitions and other teams don't know how to cheer for one another, right? They're staring us up and down. They're looking at us trying to fight. Like, when did this become WWE? I thought this was a step show.
Oh my God! Oh Jesus!
Like,
Do you hear her? I'm sorry.
We came to that, not to fight. I mean, my goodness, I think we really have to instill that in our teams. Pretty well versed in the sportsmanship. They clap for everybody, right? But it was the other team, right? And they from Baltimore. Hold up, you're not about to talk to me any type of way now, because it could go down. You know what I mean? And it's just natural, right? I don't even blame them for that. But at the end of the day, right, why did it have to be taken that far? Right? Why did we even get to this point where teams are mad at each other at a competition? Right? It's supposed to be fun. Families are here. Music, jamming. Like, I just think that the sportsmanship value needs to be brought up a little bit more, right? And I definitely agree with the fact of our focus too much on winning, to the point where you're almost dehumanizing the kids on your team. It's really sad sometimes. But I think one thing that stays the same is our creativity. Oh my gosh, the shows that I have seen from when I started stepping long time ago, right? Till now, the creativity has been like outstanding. I'm a creative myself, so from one creative to another, it's like, I tip my hat off to everybody that I'm seeing. Like, oh, these themes, the steps, the formations, I just really want that to continue and to build. And I think it's amazing. Like, I can't wait to see what more teams come up with, or more coaches come up with.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's true. I've been to a step show before, and go back to your part where you're saying people don't cheer. I go in for everyone like it's my own team. Like, literally, that's just me. I'll be like, you are stepping, and I'll just be, because I love it, because that makes the youth step harder. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they go in more when they feel it. I went to a show and I was cheering for the team. Why everybody look at me like I was crazy? I was like, see, you're not used to people cheering for your kids. If you're going to be the only one to cheer for them, then step at the house. Like, it made me think they're not used to it. Cool. They're used to going to the shows where everybody sits like this and folds their arms and just is quiet. And then their team gets on, yeah. Everybody else is like, but then it's kind of just like, what if my team is traveling 10 hours away and we only can bring 2 people? So I done been to a show where people, never mind. I'm off of it.
We dealt with that for a whole year, because I had 6 girls for an entire year. And I've always taught my girls, from the time I had 50 to the time I had 6, no matter what show we go to, you speak to everybody, you cheer for everybody. If they're not cheering, they know when we get home, you're in trouble. I don't care if you don't like them. I don't care if they don't like you. At least clap your hands, because that's somebody's integrity, somebody's creativity is on the floor, no matter how they treated you. Because I was always taught, and I've always taught my daughter, it doesn't matter what everybody else do. It matters what you do and what represents our brand, what represents PGR. They're never going to say PGR is a mean team. PGR does not clap. PGR is rude. Yeah. We clap for everybody. And my 6 girls will be in the stands going hard for all these teams. I mean, we got whistles and shakers, and my 6 girls would get on the floor against these monster teams, and the crowd would completely talk over them, ignore them, and they would still have to fight through, because at that point it becomes a fight to give you my best show, because now my feelings are hurt. I'm stepping with hurt feelings, because we have to clap for you. Our coach doesn't have it any other way. We have to be nice, but we get on the floor and y'all act like we're invisible. That is the most hurtful feeling as a coach, to see your girls hurting and still have to finish their show. And me as a coach, I'm telling them, you got to push through. That's life.
That's life.
Because of what they can take away from that.
Oh, let me ask you a question. You ever been to a show and after the team performs, everybody's like all the teams are uniform, just standing up clapping? How do y'all feel? I personally don't like it anymore because now it's like, it's so uniform. You're just clapping to say, we're showing our respect and we're clapping, but they're get up, and everybody's just clapping. I'm like, how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all see that happening? Like it just becomes uniform. When they're done, we all stand up and clap and we sit back down, but I don't know.
It's not real. It's not authentic. I think some of the most yeah.
Go ahead, Coach G, say what? Hold on, Coach C. Hold on, Coach C. Coach G, what did you say?
We do that.
Okay.
That's a requirement for me.
Okay.
Everyone needs to stand up and pay homage to the fact that they're on that floor, period. Mm-hmm. If you don't, it's going to be a problem.
And I say that because in North Carolina, and I love North Carolina, it's become so rehearsed. It's no longer, the teams are not like, oh, they're standing up for it. They're like, got to stand up because it's just what we do.
So, I honestly, I think it became a requirement for me just because of the hard work that I put in as a coach. And I'm like, why is everybody so mean when I go somewhere? So then I was like, all right, well, let's make this a requirement. And I mean, as far as I can feel, we're pretty genuine with ours. There's a few people who was just like, you know, we don't like what they said. We don't like what they did. We don't like how they came for us, but they put on a good show. That's all that matters. I know my team members hardly ever like really be like, they was terrible. You know what I mean? They always give credit because at the end of the day, I teach them no matter what, just as well as y'all at the top, y'all was at the bottom at one point, and you can have a bad day. Every team has a bad day. And putting time and effort, and it is scary going up there to perform. It is hard going up there to perform. So the least you could do is definitely clap for them, stand for them, make them feel like they did that thing, whether they did or they didn't, they got on the stage.
I love all your points of view. Like you guys are teaching me stuff today. I love it. I love it. All right. So I know Cordelia has to leave in a second, so I want to make sure we get all this in here. All right. We're going to take a pause for the cause here, and I have something for us, all right? We have Coach Jamonte that came in. How you doing, Coach Jamonte?
Hello.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy holidays. Got the tree back there. Happy holidays. All right. What we'll do is we'll play a game right here we're about to play. It's called Never Have I Ever, the Step Team Edition. All right. Now, I know y'all don't heard the game Never Have I Ever, but we're doing something different for the kids. All right. Different for the kids. All right. If whatever I say, if it's happened to you or your team, hold up a 1. If it has not happened, hold up a 2. All right, here we go. Never have I ever got disqualified from a show. If you got disqualified, hold up a 1. If you have not, hold up a 2. Y'all so nice in Baltimore. Listen, y'all so nice in B-More. All right, here we go. Y'all so nice up there. All right, here we go. Now, it hasn't happened with X Factor, but it's, I've been stepping for a long time. It's happened. All right, here we go. Number 2. Oh, let me knock on wood before I say this. Never have I ever had my music mess up during the team's performance. Let me knock wood. I'm gonna be honest with you. They know if my music mess up and it's not my fault, I'm lighting the show up. All right, Cardella, did something like that happen to you before? You had to start using you became the music.
Listen, actually, that did happen to my girls during a state step show. We were battling in the high school category. I only had one high school girl. I had 5 girls total, and only one of them was high school, and we were in a high school category, and our music completely flopped. I grabbed the mic. I didn't start singing the music. I got on the mic and I said, you know what, girls? Finish this show and y'all better kill it. And that is exactly what they did. We lost state by a half a point, or 1 point, a half a point, but we were really close to winning with no music. So they told the house down.
Oh, okay. I thought you got in that microphone and started singing the song yourself. I will walk 500 miles.
No.
What about Lethal Ladies makes them stand out from other step teams?
All right, hello, hello. What about the Lethal Ladies that makes them stand out from other teams? Well, of course, this is my first year coaching, so I'm kind of new to the step world. And what attracted me when I remember the first day I walked into the Lethal Ladies, aside from, of course, their stepping style, I appreciated just the welcomeness and like the humility. They were just so like open and accepting of me. I was super nervous my very first day walking in. I'm like, this is an all girls team. I don't know how they're gonna greet me and welcome me, but definitely that. I love the camaraderie, the sisterhood, and the family type of environment that we have. But of course, I love the stepping style. I love that. I say that they can keep it sweet, but also spicy at the same time when necessary too. And I think that really attracted me to the team. And that's one of the things that I love about them.
Okay. Another question. What do you all, what do you want the girls to gain from being on Lethal Ladies?
What do I want the girls to gain from being on the team? Of course, again, I always say sisterhood. And just thinking back as myself as a youth, I wasn't a part of a team or a track team, but as far as like stepping, we didn't have that in school. So I want them to understand like these are the times that teach you the lessons that you might not even know that you need later on about how to work with other people, how to come together for a common goal, how to maybe compromise. I know a lot of times we were coming up with, steps and shows. A lot of us had other ideas and things like that. Or I really want this idea. I really want that. So it's those little life lessons that you really don't know that you're going through until you actually look back and like, oh yeah, I know how to navigate through this because I've done this in that teamwork and so forth and so on. So it's those life lessons to me that are most important of all.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, I tell the youth all the time, the people you step with in high school, you'll have so much camaraderie with them, even when you get older. Because me, I stepped in high school, went to college, and the boys that I stepped in high school with, may not talk to all the time, but when I see them on Facebook, I'm just like, man, like I remember y'all from high school more than anybody, and just that bond that we still have. You know what I'm saying? Even from far away, I still can be like, if you ever need something, it's been 20 years, you can still call me. I'm still here. I thank y'all so much for being on here. I do appreciate this so much, the conversations that we had. Coach Amonte, he said, I'm coming in late. I got to be fashionably late, but I'm coming, and I'm letting you know I'm here. So we know who you are, and I love it. There's no hard feelings. Thank y'all so much. Everyone, thank you for watching this edition of the Step Exchange. I am Coach B, and I always got something to say, and apparently they do too.
See you laughing, not clapping, like you can get with us. But your mustard in this sandwich, baby, you cannot catch up. Bye.
Have a good one.